Welcome to Cigars and Hip Hop. A show about hip hop during its golden age era.
Turn my mic on.
We'll also be discussing cigars and drinks that we enjoy during the discussion.
What's in your cup what you be smoking up?
And now, let's get on with the show.
Look at the recent trolls of Tekashi69. Yeah, I had
Why that little motherfucker come up in every conversation and we say we ain't gonna talk about
it. but he's relevant to
I'm not mad at you for saying it, but it's just, man, that little motherfucker get on my nerve.
Well, interesting enough, he applies to this because he even though we would think that it's taboo to go at certain people because of the repercussions that would come with it, whether it be business or physical repercussions, he is one of those rappers that we can admittedly say he doesn't give a fuck about who he gets at. He recently went at Ludacris, which I thought was really stupid because Ludacris went on Wallin' Out, and I guess the setup was, I guess somebody came up with a rainbow wig and was pretending to be 6ix9ine.
Was it Gary Owen?
I think maybe it was. No, he was on the Breakfast Club with that shit.
Did you see that?
That was funny. But no, I guess the question was whether to keep Tekashi to grab him as an artist on the label or whether to pass up on him. And Luda answered, "I'm gonna pass on Tekashi69 because I don't know how long he's gonna last in the scene." Mm-hmm. And he took that Tekashi took that so offensively to the point where he's like, "It's like my dick."
Say it. It's not for kids.
But okay, I feel like that was uncalled for. He didn't disrespectfully say that you're not worthy. He didn't disrespect your music. He didn't disrespect you as a person. All he said was, as a business decision, he wasn't willing to put his money on you.
Right.
And you took it to a whole different level. Now, I don't know if Ludacris even responded or even cared to respond. I don't think he would. I wouldn't care to respond. But to a certain extent, you say that to the wrong person, you're gonna end up getting your ass whooped. Plain and simple. Especially in the rap game. You just don't say that to just anyone, especially in the rap game. And so that to some degree you have a point. It's gonna get him clicks, and that's the motivation behind a lot of these beefs is that clickbait.
Well, yeah, because the more clicks you get, the more money you make.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that right there, though, I'm not a fan of Tekashi. And it's I can kind of feel him getting upset. Why he got upset? Because he's really, you watch him on the YouTubes and all. He's a youngster. He's feeling himself. He's really, he's very flamboyant. He's just, he think he hot shit. His shit don't stink. And kudos to him for feeling that way, for having that much pride. That's good. But you gotta also have a mindset to be like, you're not gonna be able to ride that wave forever.
No.
Just as it was brought out, 2-3 albums, you're done. Sometime 4 if you're lucky. But he's on a wave right now, and he just needs to. He just got to stay humble to the fact, because one day you're not going to be the number one king.
It's funny you mentioned that because I feel like he's living the rap life too fast,
too damn fast.
Because we went from talking about we went from talking about having your first 3 albums are going to be your best. And then you start to dwindle down. With him, his first couple tracks, not the albums, his first couple tracks were okay, and now he's really started. Now it isn't just the lyrics. The beat is trash. He's not putting out good quality music.
Exactly.
And that's just from the standpoint of just a listener. I'm not even critiquing him as a rapper. I'm just critiquing him as just some artistic musically wise and shit. And so I almost would agree that I don't think his time is running short.
Yeah,
really, because of that reason alone.
It's something I could mention about the guy. I did hear him being interviewed on a Latin station.
Recently?
No, he doesn't speak.
He don't speak Spanish.
He don't speak Spanish, and so. But they were asking him, hey, what's the deal with your rap game, right? They were asking him, and he's like, well, I just say what's on my mind. That's just me. He says, and then they asked him about the 6ix9ine, and they said, well, most people think 6ix9ine, they're thinking, sex.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, 6ix9ine, it's the way I view myself. You see it as 6ix9ine, some people might see it as 9'6". You flip that shit. It just depends how you want to view me.
Mm-hmm.
That was his thing on the name. And then as far as his upbringing, he said that he grew up with a single mother.
Yeah.
He barely had anything to
his
eat.
daddy got killed early in his age.
Something like that. And so, I think he's a product of his upbringing.
His
and I also
environment.
think that his game right now, like you said, right? He thinks his shit smells good, and I think he's part of it is he's young, right? When you're young, you don't think you're ever gonna die,
Shit.
unless you're rolling hard. But I don't know. I just feel like he's one of those. I mean, there are a lot of rappers out there who just come out and say whatever the fuck they want.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but
And I'm not defending the guy. I'm just
you have so many examples though of people that were hot. You got Tupac, you got Biggie, for example. Tupac very controversial. Very very sharp at the tongue. Could say would say anything that was on his mind. You got Notorious B.I.G. that was a very good rapper, very good storyteller. Also, didn't bite his tongue, said what was on his mind and all. But where are both of them at right now? They both are in the grave, died before their time. So you got examples. Plus, coming from whatever area he's from in New York, coming from that area, you probably had homeboys that got killed. You may have had close friends or just knew of people. So, and you knew why they got killed. So, my mind would be like, okay, I'm not taking that path. I'm not little dude right here was talking shit about dude over here, and he got clapped. So maybe I should just kind of chill and just, I'm still going to do my rapping and all, but I'm going to take it a little different way. But instead of, I'm going to talk shit about everybody and say whatever the fuck I want to say, okay, that dude did it. Where's he at? That motherfucker dead.
You know what it is though, and I mentioned it after you talking about it made me think about it. What made him different in that sense is that he had a gang backing him, like like as far as like his beginning of his career. He if I'm not mistaken, I think the 9 Train Bloods were the ones backing him, and so that's why I feel like. How when you have and when you're by yourself in this industry, it's a lot easier to think that way in terms of, okay, I'm not gonna fuck with this person, I'm not gonna touch, I'm not gonna say this, I'm not gonna say that, I'm gonna watch where I hang around with. But when you have people backing you, I feel like you get that okay, it's good, I don't have to worry about shit. And so I think that's where Tekashi falls in place in terms of having that gang back him, kind of just like. Made him think that he had the balls to do whatever he could and not get away with it.
Well, it's always easy to talk shit when you have somebody bigger in front of you to punch someone for you.
Yeah.
I got, maybe it's maturity now, I don't know. But I got a gang of motherfuckers that I know I can call if shit goes down. I know I can make a phone call and have homies from Los Angeles come up here. Or I can make a phone call and have my homies from Oakland come over here. I can make a phone call and have motherfuckers from different states come if I need them, if it's that serious. But I'm not going to put myself in a predicament that I need to call them.
Yeah.
Because it all comes down to, again, too, the little boy that called Wolf. That motherfucker called Wolf first time. Townspeople came, no Wolf, he laughing. Second time, same thing. Third time, then nobody come, and it was really a wolf, and the wolf devoured his ass. That's what's gonna happen in this youngster's life. He has backing, true, but you can only go so far.
No, yeah.
And in the gang lifestyle, and this is speaking from experience, hustling, gangs, drug dealing, whatever. There is no honor among thieves.
No, it's true.
These motherfuckers can eat, sleep, drink, fuck, everything with you. Everything. You guys, I mean, I've been in a room with 5 or 6 dudes, and we got 6 or 7 bitches in the room. We all fucking, we having a good time. We wake up the next morning, go have breakfast, do the shit again the next day. But that same motherfucker that you just broke bread with and fucked the chick right next to him is the one that when he gets in the pinch, he rolls on you.
No,
or
right.
when you get a pinch and you call him and you need him to come to support you, he'll be like, "Oh no, man, I can't do it. I'm busy." It's inevitable. It always happens, and it's gonna happen to this youngster to where he's putting too much confidence and just pride in this lifestyle that ain't really shit.
No, you know it's funny. I think that event has already happened to him. He recently, like,
When he got robbed.
He got robbed a couple weeks ago by speculation is that it had to do with his own people.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't paying them.
Mm-hmm.
And that speculation makes a lot more sense than anything else that has been coming out from that. Because you're right. When the wolves don't eat, they're gonna devour the first thing that they see, and that's gonna be you.
Mm-hmm.
And so they took all his chains. They took all his chains to the point where he had to go so he didn't look bad to his fans and to the internet. He had the same jeweler who designed 2 of his chains just redesigned those chains.
Yeah.
So that it looked like he got them back. When in reality, he didn't get the same chains back. He just got them remade. And that to me goes to show you how far he's willing to go to keep his perceived image of like, oh, I'm this tough guy shit. And
you know, you can never have so much pride that you can't just be proud enough to say, you know what, I took a loss, I learned from it, time to move on.
Yeah, he couldn't admit it. He couldn't admit it. He went on a bunch of social media live platforms and he wasn't able to even say that. He did say that he had a run-in with people, but he wasn't able to come to grips with, like, I guess, looking at the mistakes he has made that led up to that.
Dude, take the loss. An example. And I always go back to I'm an old man. I got hella stories. I'm going to tell you about a loss.
It's the old school.
High school. There was this dude named Pop. Pop was a skinny-ass kid with a fucking Jerry curl. Everybody used to bully him and tease him and everything. This dude named Charles went up to Pop, hit him. Just cracked him. Knuckled him good. Pop took the loss. Laid down. It was a wrap. Principal came. Pop got up. Principal's between Charles and Pop. Pop reached over the principal, knocked Charles the fuck out, and ran into the principal's office. Don't nobody remember Charles knocking Pop out. Everybody remembers the aftermath. Pop waited, even though it was just a few minutes, knocked Charles out. We still talk about it to this day. Yeah. He took the loss in the beginning, but then he was like, he didn't punk out. He didn't come back the next day and say, yeah, you know, I got him later. I did this and that. Pop he just waited for the right advantage, knocked him out, got the fuck out of Dodge. And everybody respected Pop for that. I would have respected Tekashi if he had just came out and said, yeah, these motherfuckers robbed me. Ain't no big thing. Small thing to a giant. I went and bought some more jewelry. I went and got my shit made all over again. So, hey, now my shit is brand new. Keep that shit.
Yeah.
Well, so when he's in that position to do that.
Yeah, you know.
It was just as easy as what you just did.
It
like,
didn't hurt me.
Yeah, he could have just did that. And honestly, I would have had more respect for him. But like, okay, at least he's learning something.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
your car get repoed, build your credit back up, go buy another one. Go buy a better one.
You
don't go say, I want you to repo, y'all stole my shit back. Because they going to come get this shit again.
No, yeah. Like, I don't see his like, he recently came out on a feature with 50 Cent, Casanova, and Uncle Murda. And his verse was very short, bland. Reminded me a lot of what Kanye spit on the I Love It track. And I was like, damn, his his career is barely started and is already over.
Already over.
Like that's what it looks that way and it sounds that way, and that to me goes to show you that all his bullshit, all his shenanigans, all the beefing with artists has finally caught up to him.
Dude,
in his career.
You didn't see artists like Rakim, or I'll use basically one of the best battle rappers ever, KRS-One. KRS-One basically could just say and do everything. Could be on anybody's album as a guest and could say and do whatever. You didn't see him out at fucking Gucci shopping or fucking what's that? Louis Vuitton buying all that shit. KRS-One was the teacher. He would be basically writing shit and just, you know, he was always off the top of the head with some shit. He was always thinking. He really took his job. He took his rap as a job. It was his career. Mm-hmm. It was important to him. It wasn't just something that was just going to fill my pockets up for a minute and then, you know, I'm done. It was his profession.
No, you're right.
He took it seriously. And the rappers now, or this specific one, I don't think that he's taking it serious. To him, more of high-siding and showing what he got and what he can afford and what kind of car he's in or where he's traveling to is more important than what comes out of his mouth as a lyricist. Yeah. He seems that the lifestyle of being a millionaire or however much money he got is more important than being a respected artist.
Okay.
Can you honestly put him up against a Rakim? Can you put him up against shit? I prefer listening to Eazy-E's old shit, as we were talking about earlier, than the shit that Tekashi's coming out with.
No, yeah. I mean, realistically speaking, it's amazing how afloat he is, even with all the BS that surrounds him, and his lack of substance in his music. I mean, the only thing that's keeping him afloat, I think, is maybe the 50 Cent endorsement.
The only thing that's keeping him in people's conversation is the controversy that he brings to the table.
That too, yeah, that too.
He sees us key into the industry as being controversial with all the shit he does. I mean, put some effort toward writing. Put that effort toward your music, and then maybe you'll come out with some shit, and I'll be like, oh damn, that's it, that's the heat. But I only see him clowning on fucking YouTube or whatever the fuck, you know, his little shenanigans. And I mean, honestly, dude, maybe again coming from a different generation, but all that gangster shit, real gangsters don't do that shit. Real gangbangers don't do that shit. I mean, real gangbangers want to have as little popularity and notoriety as possible. You don't want that extra, because all that extra attention fucks with your money. You know, what was that? What's that song Ice Cube did? Damn. Where the girl says something, he says, I drive a bucket. Is it a bitch is a bitch? I don't know what song it is, but he says in one of his songs, bitch, I drive a bucket. I respect niggas like that got hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, but when you look at them, you be like, oh shit, just a regular dude. That's a regular motherfucker, some tennis shoes, jeans, and a regular $7 t-shirt from the liquor store. But in his pocket, motherfucker got a mint. I knew dudes like that, and they never wanted to draw attention to themselves. But you would catch them, especially down in Southern California. You catch them out somewhere. I used to go to a place called Costa Mesa, South Coast Plaza Mall. All the best stores. You go out there, I'm out there chilling, think I'm on the under. I see some dudes from South Central. And I'm like, what the fuck y'all doing? And they dress totally different. Totally different. Yeah, I'm even dressed different. I got on my little button-down polo, some little jeans, some little dress, little suede shoes. You know, I'm trying to blend in with the white folks. I see them, and they dressing like me, too. And I'm like, the fuck y'all doing down here? And they're like, what the fuck you doing? And, you know, I thought y'all was broke. Hey, I thought you was broke, too. Hey, is that a Ralph Lauren bag you got? Nah, I just, this my laundry. you know. But you would never know that these dudes was loaded.
It was NWA,
Be like that.
Ain't that?
Huh?
NWA, ain't that?
That's what it is. Well, you know, in the hood and everything, we driving buckets. We driving no beat up cars and everything. But in the drive, then when you go home, in my garage, I had a nice Escalade EXT, 26-inch rims, just everything. But you didn't drive that to the hood. To the hood, I drove an old beat up 1981 Caprice Classic Chevy. I was just regular ass Fat Chris. But in Costa Mesa, I was regular ass Chris with Ralph Lauren in his bag. So be like that. Floss, just be an undercover flosser. Shit. Stop trying to be out there, because motherfuckers is hungry and they gonna take what you got, and then they gonna laugh at you when you don't have it no more.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, there's that famous photo of Jay-Z back when he first came up. He had like hella chains.
Oh, that jewelry on, yeah.
And then you got a picture right next to him, and it shows that he's worth. Forgot the number. It was like
more
a billion.
money now, yeah.
And now it's trillions of dollars that he's worth and shit.
He don't have none of that flossy ass jewelry.
No, it's just
like
a
suit and
sweater.
shirt. Yeah, a
sweater shirt. Nice clean cut face.
Yeah.
Everything. Just fine. It's like
You walk past him down the street. If you didn't know that Jay-Z is just another dude walking past you.
Yeah.
But he's worth more money now than when he was flossy with all that fucking jewelry and all the designer label shit on.
Yeah.
And look at him. Motherfucker's just prospering. He shit money. When he fart, change fall out his ass. So, you know, but these youngsters just don't realize it, man.
Can we say that, because I remember when we were talking about this earlier in the conversation, you feel like, do you guys even listen to the Jay-Z and Beyonce album that came? Was it released this year? Was that released this year?
It was released this year. Yeah.
I didn't catch it. I don't know if it got that much attention. I could be wrong.
It did, because it dropped right when Nas dropped his album.
Oh, okay.
Which is a whole nother.
Which a whole nother
right.
thing. Well, I mean, I didn't say that. I didn't think about it like that. No, I mean, what was I gonna say?
Well,
oh yeah,
Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, so I mean,
Good.
do you feel like is Jay-Z the most oldest successful rapper? Is he
in the industry?
In the industry, like, is he the top? Because I don't really consider Diddy as a rapper. I consider as a producer and someone who manages artists. So I don't really feel like I'm not talking about just in terms of rappers. Right. Would he be considered the most successful? Who's still in the industry rapping?
Yeah, it's hard to say,
because I'm thinking about
we're talking about successful in money as just rapping, or are we talking about it as all the other joint ventures like the basketball team, the record label, the Jay-Z the businessman?
Okay, so
because we talking about that, then he can't fuck with Drake, because Drake got that $1 billion deal from Beats.
Yeah, but I mean, because Dre doesn't rap as much anymore, though. I guess what I'm saying is, like, if we were to include all his successes, but with the fact that Jay-Z still raps, I guess is what I'm saying. The fact that he's still putting out music,
then I would say yes,
because Dre still puts out other people's music. He still produces other people. So does Diddy, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But they both did. Dre doesn't rap anymore.
No.
And Diddy, I haven't heard him on a track in.
We hope.
Whatsoever.
We hope Diddy don't rap no more.
I mean, I would say Nas is probably more.
You think so?
I mean, Nas came out 3 years before Jay-Z's album. So reason about that.
Okay. So because your point in terms of like longevity.
Yeah, if you're gonna say longevity, like Nas has been doing it longer than Jay-Z. And I mean, Nas, both of them have had probably one album that wasn't very good. You know, Nas had what the fuck's the name of that album? Nostradamus, I think, was his worst album I've ever heard. Jay-Z's was Holy Grail. So they each have had, you know, I think they may be on par with the amount of albums that have come out that they've both dropped. I want to say. Maybe Jay-Z has one more? I'd have to look at that.
If you're talking about music-wise, it'd be Jay-Z. But if you're talking about net worth, thanks to Frank and his research, net worth, Dr. Dre is the man.
Oh,
Dr.
yeah.
Dre
Yeah.
is 857 million. Jay-Z is 817 million.
Yeah, but I guess because of the fact that the reason what makes why I'm not considering Diddy and Jay-Z and Diddy and
Dre
Dre
as rappers.
it's because they don't rap anymore. And so
Yeah.
that's why I guess that's what I'm thinking about in terms of just a businessman who still raps.
Then I would say Jay-Z.
Because you have to remember too, like, you don't have to be money is not what makes you successful.
No.
Shit.
Well, in hip hop, right?
Let me prove you wrong. Shit.
Well,
give me $100.
let me
Let that shit right now.
let
Let
me
that shit.
rephrase it. It doesn't make you as successful in hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of albums. There's a lot of rappers that made a lot of money, right? But they're nowhere near who we would consider to be an elite group of rapper, right? Like, you could go down a list of a lot of like one-hit wonders who made a shit ton of money. Vanilla Ice made a shit ton of money. Hammer made a shit ton of money.
Mike Jones.
I love Hammer, but I wouldn't put him in the tier of the elite hip hop artist, right? He's something more to me. MC Hammer is something more to me than a hip hop artist. He's an entertainer, right? He was like the hip hop version of Michael Jackson, in my opinion, where it was a lot more.
Except he wasn't fucking kids.
Right. But yes, that is true. But what I mean by that is like KRS-One probably doesn't have near a percentage of the money that any of those guys have.
True.
But I would consider him more of a lyricist than anybody on that list. I consider him successful as well. Like, he's been doing it. He's still coming out with albums. You know what I mean? So it's a way to define, like, if you're going to say, yeah, the most money was like, all you need to do is attach your name to a product and then and then sell that product, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
Dre put his name on some headphones,
Exactly.
sold it, and then sold it to Apple.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So Apple now owns that product.
One of the biggest companies in the world.
So I'm not discrediting what they've done. You know, Jay-Z did the same thing with, you know, the Nets, the vodkas, the clothing lines, whatever. You know, he did the same thing in his own right, his own way. But that's separate from hip hop. That's not the music industry. As a businessman, that's a completely, totally different question in my opinion. But if you're gonna say artist, then that's the conversation we should have, because business wise, you're not gonna touch Diddy or
No, of course,
Like,
of course. They're the peak. They're the peak
and that's
of
great
what
to
this
see.
industry has offered.
And if you look back to where they were, to where we were introduced to them, to what they are now, it's amazing, you know?
Yeah.
But as far as artist-wise goes, I would say Nas to me is still the most influential as far as like the music that he's continued to put out to the music he's still putting out. But that's my opinion.
Well, I mean, I'm looking since you mentioned that Beyonce and Jay-Z's album came out on the same day as Nas Zaire, I had to look up the units that were sold because I was like, wait, who sold more? Just because I wanted to see the relevance of Nas's, fan base. I want to see how many sales is he still be able to sell compared to Jay-Z, because I feel like Jay-Z has been more relevant throughout the years, but it seems like it was a lot closer than I thought. According to I don't know how true this is, but according to Wikipedia, he sold about 77,000 album equivalent units, 49,000 which were pure album sales, and then for the Everything Is Love, which is Beyonce and Jay-Z album, they sold up to 123,000 equivalent units and 70,000 for pure album sales. But you know what? I think that had to do with the fact that we had two mainstream names on there.
Exactly.
Beyonce, and that's why I'm like, wait.
It's two fan bases.
Yeah. So technically speaking, you have to. I would want to say you want to cut that in half.
So
I could be wrong.
Jay-Z
I don't
sold 60,000. Beyonce sold 60,000.
And in reality, I think it's more of like Jay-Z probably sold 20,000.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
So do you guys feel like Beyonce's fan base is bigger than Jay-Z's?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And that concludes another episode of Cigars and Hip Hop. See you next time.